Hello everyone, my name is Saul and welcome back to the Chrono Consort devlog. On the last devlog, other than the short, I worked on setting up the UI and adding in the player's new room, his office, and we got all that done. For this devlog, I've got a big task ahead of me and we're going to do it. I am going to finish the questing milestone because I've been doing it for too long and honestly doing more videos and questing is going to drive me insane. First thing I'm going to get working on is doing the tooltip system. So when you highlight over a quest element, it tells you what the element is and it gives you some information on the element, as well as a bit of a scenario for the element, just to do a bit of world building and nothing else. So we'll catch back up when I've got that system sorted out. I don't think it's going to be too hard, but we'll see how long it takes. So it's been a few days since I started the devlog, and I can safely say I've got the tooltips done and the scenario situation done and the quest rewards done, which is actually quite a lot and I'm really impressed with how it works. So as you can see in the game, when I go up to a quest and I put my mouse over an element, it gives me some information on the element, mainly what is the element, the location of the element, and it just gives me some other scenarios. So it says, for example, like go kill the evil wizard, and you know that's for the combat quest, and it tells you what rewards you'll get and how long it will take and how many enemies there are. We do plan for that into future to be like hidden until you upgrade your guild, but for now we're just going to show you everything. To do the quest scenarios, I'm using a spreadsheet or a CSV, and I'm reading from the CSV and reading which row I need and picking a random one depending, just to give me a random scenario. It works really well and I can adapt it as I want and just keep adding more scenarios to it if I want, and it's really quite good how it works. It's much better than the text document. My next task, now that the reward system and the quest element tooltip thing is set up, my next tasks are basically to implement the rest of the quest types, which I'll probably do as well, and then it's probably going to be set up the player office. I need 2 more things for the player office. 1, so you can watch the quests in progress rather than looking at the console, and 2, you can see the quests you completed. Those will all be more explained in the future, but it's good to have them built in now, so I'm going to get to work on that and we'll catch back up when I've got some of that done. Hey everyone, so I've been designing some new quest logos in Sprite just because I feel like we needed some nice pixelized ones rather than the ones I've been using from Open Game Art. I decided to design them for all the quest types just because I'm about to implement all the new quests in the game and I needed to make sure I have logos for them to show. So I've got ones for the espionage quests, the persuasion quests, the combat quests, the decision quest, and I've got one for the transport quest, but I'm not very happy with it. It's just like a chest icon. I don't like it. If you have any suggestions for what it could be, please let me know down below in the comments. And it's a solid looking game and I'm really happy with how they look. They look much better than I thought they were going to, so I'm really happy with that. The next thing I'm going to work on is actually implementing the new quest types. Let's see how that goes. I think it'll go fine. So it was the Monday of the indie dev stream, and in the indie dev stream I decided to work on the new quest types because then I could get some good user feedback whilst I was making them. The quest types I needed to implement were as following, with the persuasion quests, the transport quests, and the espionage quests, as the decision and combat quests are already implemented. They were relatively simple to add. All I had to do was just add some more functions and set up the new times and psychological damage, and they all work more or less the same. You know, it takes a guildie's stat, sees if it's higher than a certain value, and either you're successful or you're not successful, but they all are quite fun, I'd say, and they all can get you the different rewards in the game that we had set up. We also have like a difficulty setting in the game now, basically, where if you get a stealth check right, the next stealth check will be harder, but if you get a stealth check wrong, the next one will be easier. And I've kind of implemented for the rest of the quests as well, because I just think that's a really fun idea, and it kind of adds a bit of risk versus reward into the game, where like the better guildie you send out, the more likely they might be to fail, but they also could do quite well. The other thing I set up as well was enemy classes. Now that they can have random health and random attack amounts, just to make it a little bit more randomized and a bit more fun to fight against. And that was all done on the indie dev stream, and I never really get much done on the stream, so I was really happy to get all that done. The final things I need to do for this milestone now is realistically just finishing the player's office. And for that, we need to design some art. So doing the art for these things was not as easy as I initially thought it was going to be. We'd initially set out for there to be 2 more items in the player office, an observatory where you can see past quests as like constellations, and a mirror for you to watch quests in progress. However, when I was trying to design an observatory, I realised I cannot draw an observatory. So I changed my mind, I changed a lot of the things. Instead of an observatory to see past quests, you have an observatory to watch the quests in progress. But it's not an observatory, it's a massive eye that blinks at you, and it's pretty cool in my opinion. It's one of my favourite things I've drawn, and the people in my Discord seem to like it too. The other thing I designed was like a timey-wimey mirror kind of thing. Basically used a timey-wimey mirror to look back in the past at all the past quests that have been completed, and you can see which guildie completed them and if it was successful or not. And designing them was a lot of fun. I like doing the animations for them in Sprite. I had a lot of fun, especially doing the eye. The next thing I need to do now is get these implemented into the game. It's going to be pretty similar to the player desk because they're going to be interactable items. I just need to really try and think about how to set up them in an efficient way. I'm going to try to reuse some scripts from like the quest board and such, but we'll just see how that goes. You know how it is. We'll see how it goes. So the final thing I need to do now to finish off this annoyingly long milestone is setting up the player's office with the observatory and the mirror. And that's exactly what I did. So let's just go through it in detail. So basically, the player's observatory, or the massive eye thing that stares at you and is really cool if I say so myself. When you interact with it and as a guildie on a quest, you can see them on the quest and see the decisions they're making, kind of. It will tell you if they've initiated combat, if they've won that combat, if they've lost, if they're resting, or if they're finished the quest successfully, or if they failed the quest. And it means I don't have to debug to the console each time now. Currently it's not set up as like the quest board, it's like there's no pages because there's only 3 guildies. In the next milestone for recruiting I will set up a page system for it, I just don't need it right now. And also when the guildies finish the quest, it stays there until you delete it. I'll also think of a better system for that as well, because I don't want it to delete as soon as the guildies come back from the quest, because once if you were reading it or something. I need it to be like kind of user done, but also it deletes itself after a certain amount. The last thing I set up was the guildies like mirror to look back at past quests, and again that was the same as doing a quest board basically, but different UI. And it was really easy to set up, except for like one thing where I have to like predetermine a new page basically. If you're looking for me to explain mechanics, please join the streams. I'm more likely to explain it there than here, because when I explain mechanics on YouTube, the views go way down. Like people just click off, they don't care, which is fair enough, I understand. Maybe you're just here for my voice, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And with that, the questing milestone is finally finished. I started this at the start of January, so it's been about 2.5 months. And I'm really happy it's finished. I'm looking forward to getting on to the new things, because soon I'll be able to release a little early access build for some friends and maybe some people in the Discord, who knows. If you'd be interested in testing out, also let me know down below in the comments. So what has been going on in my personal life? Well, a few weeks ago I was nominated to enter the Chain Letter Jam, which if you don't know what it's all about, there's videos on it. It's a game jam set up by Sorry. Basically a game where you have to collect letters and make words to defeat Dr. L. And I was nominated by Manisha. Thank you again for nominating me, I had a lot of fun, and it was a great game, I think. It was cool for me anyway. If you want to see a devlog on that, let me know. I'm definitely more than willing to make one. And you can play the game as well. There's a link down below. You should do that. I've also been trying to use my DSLR a bit more. So the other day I went to the woods with Hannah and I took some pictures, and it was a lot of fun. I've never really been that good at DSLR, at using it that is. But after watching some videos and reading up on it, I feel like I know what I'm doing with it a bit more, so I'm quite proud. And then other than just doing some average university work, there's not much else I've been up to. Other than the fact I've set up a podcast. Yes, a podcast, you heard that right. If you know who Hunterson Studio and Matt Bull are, we've all set up a podcast called Where's Our Semicolon, and you can watch the first episode right now, and you should probably go do that. And that's basically everything I've been up to in my personal life. It's, again, not a lot because we are in a lockdown still, but it's fine, it's fine. And so the devlog period has come to an end. I've actually missed doing devlogs like this, so it was really fun to get this on, and I'm really glad I've finished questing now, because I'm really looking forward to going into the new things. I've been watching a lot of BW dev recently and seeing his recruiting for the lumber mill. I really want to do some recruiting, and that's the next milestone. I just need to actually write up what jobs I have to do. But we are actually getting closer to doing an early access build of the game, because once recruiting and some menus are implemented, there is a sort of game there, which is really cool. If you'd like to be part of that game testing phase, please make sure you join the Discord. There'll be a link down below. I hope you all are doing fantastic, and I hope everyone's staying safe. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, it really helps me out a lot, and I will see you all in the next devlog, and also probably in the stream tomorrow hopefully. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll say goodbye. So, goodbye.